Well, happy Scotch Sunday. I thought I would review the Dalmore 15 is what I have. Since it's Sunday, I should do a Scotch if I can. And also, you'll find out later, if you're in the Edmonton area, that there's a treat for you. So we'll tell you more about my thoughts about the Dalmore 15-year-old when we come back. So welcome for joining me. My inspiration for doing today's quick review is that the Dalmore line at Sobeys liquor stores is all on significant discount. So their 12, I think, is $25 off. The 15 is $35 off. And the 18 is $45 off, which is all really, really good. Dalmore is if you do some searching online, it is a quality Scotch. It's a good Scotch. But some people, I think it got overhyped maybe a few years back, and I think they're still recovering from that a little bit. I know I haven't been here in a while. A little bit first, though, about the Dalmore 15. It's aged for 13 years in ex-bourbon. And then it's finished for 2 years. It goes through 3 different sherry casks, like first fill sherry casks. And you'll have to check my review notes because they're not the usuals. So it ends up being quite heavily sherried or significantly sherried. But I'd like to say this was natural sherry color, but it's not. I think I've heard, I guess I can't prove, but that they do color their Scotch, and it's bottled at 40%, so it's likely chill filtered. The coloring, the chill filtering is a knock against it, but let's see how the product holds up. Well, I like the nose on the Dalmore 15. You know, it's fruity, but not overpowering. It's not boozy in any way. It's just well mixed. It comes out. There's a little bit of oak. There's some sweet vanillas coming around. Yeah, put together well. If you take a deeper sip, nose, you can already start to get a little bit of orange, which I think is a really nice touch for the Dalmore line. So let's give the 40. I just read the 40% alcohol. Let's give the 15-year a try. That's a really, really tasty Scotch. It has a little bit of spice, but not a lot. It's got sweet fruits. Definitely getting that orange in there, a little bit of orange peel maybe, but not old. The fruits are a little bit drier, so a little bit towards leather, but not heavy. But you know what I mean? The skin of some of those darker fruits. And second sip, a little more wood spice, which I quite like, but still very, very smooth, very creamy. Well, not very creamy, but creamy in the palate. And it finishes nicely. You know, this is a really nice Scotch. It's a mature Scotch. I know it gets hated on probably because of the price. In my neck of the woods, this 15 is always overpriced, but at $35 off, it's now something you consider. At $35 off, it's $15 more than this, and $10 more than this. So it's now kind of in the neck of the woods. And I thought, you know, because it is significantly sherried, I should have just written down the sherries here. And because I like it, and I wanted to sort of recommend it to anyone in the Edmonton area because of the sale, now's a good time to try it, because generally it is overpriced for its caliber, but it's nice. It's you know, the fruit notes even get a little bit stronger as I taste it, but it's still balanced with oak richness, sweetness from a bit of the vanilla. I can even get maybe a bit of smoke or char on the finish if I'm thinking about it. I actually feel this is a mature Scotch, and I like this Scotch. And depending on how I go, this is a pretty solid drink. If I take price out of the equation, I like it, and I'd give it 4 stars. I like it significantly more than the 12. I know some people like the 12 more, but I like it more than the 12 quite a bit. I feel it's matured more. I think the fruits, or that ex-sherry is married better to the wood notes, and so it holds together. The reason why I poured these two is because these are some that I've been having lately that are also strong sherry influence. So if you watched my Glendronach 12-year review, this one's aged entirely in ex-Oloroso or ex-Pedro Jimenez sherry casks or butts, and so it's spent its whole life. So it's a little bit younger fruits. It's a little more towards cherry and less fig, I would say. But I don't know if it's because it's younger, or just the barrels that they've used, or what they've selected. But it's definitely peppier and oakier on the mouth, and the finish just isn't as long. So I should have had a glass of water to change back and forth. But I would say that this nose is gentler, a little bit of fruitcake. And yeah, there's just a few more things going on in the 15 here. But as you know, I quite like this one. Then if we go over to the Auchentoshan 3 wood, this one is a non-age stamp, so no one really knows what they use. But common thought out there is it's their 10 year, and then it's spent the last 3 years in Jimenez and Oloroso sherry as well. So actually the same sherry finish as this, except for this spent all 12 years, whereas this has just been finished. However, when I come over to Auchentoshan, it's somehow almost fruitier. This one's definitely kind of figgy and rich. I like this one too. So the good news is everything in front of me is quite good. It is a little peppier too. So, the Auchentoshan is, a good drink and a good introduction to what people call a sherry bomb. Glendronach I've been trying lately, and I really, really want to try some of their older expressions because it's very lively in its fruit, and I would just love to see what that would be like a little bit longer, but that's really all I've had. Dalmore, there I got some strong chocolate notes. A little bit of nut. But just coming back, after having 2 other drinks and coming back, I know it's not a professional way to do it. You really should evaluate it just for itself. But sometimes when you quickly have a drink of something else jumps out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so these actually for me are all 4-star whiskeys, but they're different. In terms of maturity, I guess probably in terms of age stamp too, but this 15-year-old I actually think is the most mature. It is the most smooth. It is the one that has a few more layers hanging around. However, it's chill filtered, and that's part of why it's smooth. It's only 40%. That's probably part of why it doesn't pick up. Both of these are 43%, not chill filtered, not colored. And it's as rich for another reason. So, I really do like these. I can totally recommend them. But today, I'm specifically doing this review so that anyone in the Edmonton area, if you've ever wanted to try Dalmore, now is a chance. And if you're an air mile collector, I think you get almost $10 back in terms of the air miles for the 15. And the 18 is on for, in Canadian, it's like $120. And you get a bonus. Anyways, it's a great deal. It's not about money. It's about that Dalmore tends to be a little overpriced. So I think I wouldn't go for it. Like if regular price, This is over 100. I've got this down for around 50. It's usually around 65. This is also around 65. So I actually think these are better value scotches, and they have a lot of the same flavor profile in terms of fruits. And that X sherry that is really neat, the tannins and the way it's balanced with the oak, and you can play with that all night. But there is really just nothing wrong with the Dalmore 15. Well, I shouldn't say nothing wrong. I mean, it's good. And if you take the price away, then I think you should try it. So I guess today I'm pretty happy. It's Sunday, and I'm going to finish these 3 scotches and enjoy every one of them for their differences. But with the Dalmore and the fruits and the chocolate that came out there and the nut and the nice finish, a little bit of spice, but really quite mild and very smooth. This is a nice pour. Thanks for joining me this Sunday. I hope you've got something too to celebrate your Sunday. Take care.